Hey there, I'm Funky Like Feathers, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Either way, I'm happy to have you here. Today, I'm going to be telling you what books I am reading for the month of August. Alright, so I have a stack of books here that I am reading for August. There's a whole random conglomeration of titles that have come together, so I'm just going to start with the top of the stack and work my way down. Alright, so the first one is my Kindle. I am reading... I turned it on by accident. Naughty. I am reading Glow by Raven Kennedy. So this is the fourth book in her Gilded Prisoner series. There is actually a fifth book. These have all been free on Kindle Unlimited, so I am working my way through that. I'm not reading them very fast because I only read them when I'm like trying to get to sleep at night. Not bad series though. It follows a woman who is completely made of gold and can turn things into gold, and you guessed it, King Midas is there. So as the series progresses, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens, and I can't tell you anything because that would totally ruin it and that would spoil it. So I cannot tell you what happens. But if you like the history of King Midas, if you think it's a very cool concept, this is definitely a thing to get into. There's a Fae realm. There are humans. We're finding out possibilities, how they move back and forth. I don't know. We're going to find out the details in this one and the next one. A book that I read today, specifically because of peer pressure from my offspring, was this little number, The Girl and the Other Side. So this was actually a really sweet story between this weird dark figure and the little girl in white. I have to say this was pretty interesting. It was a very sweet, endearing relationship to see between the two of them. And he cannot touch her because if he does, he will turn her into like a cursed thing. Right, so they cannot touch, which is kind of fun to watch how they interact. And yeah, nice little sweet relationship here. This is a series, so this is only the first book in the series. I do actually want to get the other ones because I would like to find out more. We are still reading through The Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is part of the Scythe trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies ever of all time. So we are slowly working our way through this. We only read about a chapter a night, so not too far into this, but we are slowly enjoying it more and more. A book that I just got today that is actually for a book club I am doing at a local bookstore. We are going to be reading White Trash Warlock. This was not, I didn't pick this book or anything, but this looks like a ton of fun. I haven't even read the back of it. I have no idea what the premise is. Not a clue. But it has tentacles on the cover. And that's reassuring because I do love octopuses. A lot. I love octopuses. So I'm really excited about this one. And supposedly, David is going to be there on like a Zoom call with us while we have the book club meeting. So I'm really stoked about that. That is going to be awesome. I would love to talk to the author about his work. So I am excited to read this. There is a little shiny part at the top. You can see a little skull and some waves. So, and that does wrap around. There you go. But yeah, so I'm excited to get into that one. All right, next up, this is a book club that I just started with some tweens. We are reading the Inheritance Games. So the third book in this trilogy does come out August 30th, so it's not even out yet, so we are starting this now. So far, so good. It's kind of like a new twist on the Westing game, if you read that classic. So old guy dies, leaves his money to somebody who was completely unsuspecting, and now you've got a family trying to figure out who this person is, why they were left a bunch of money, and what's going on. So I have to say, it has been fun. We've only read a little bit of it so far, but the chapters are nice and short. So if you only have a few minutes to read something, you can pop in and out of this one pretty easily. All right, next up, another library club. Here we go, the Alice Network. So I'm reading the Alice Network, and this is like 530 something pages. Not too bad. There is a dual point of view in here, so it's not just one character. You do actually get both of them. And there's also two different timelines. So you're dealing with a female spy who was working against the Germans in the 40s, I believe it is. And then we're transferring forward to, or in the early 1950 time. And then we go forward to like 47. So, I mean, this has been interesting, but it is kind of strange to me. Otis. I find it weird how so many people have Otis. Have this thing with, sorry, my dogs. I have 4, okay. I don't understand the need for like historical fiction that is so sad all the time. I don't know. I think I'm just so much of a fantasy reader that I wish we had some magic thrown in just to make things better. It's not my favorite. You have to get kind of this far into it before things start to really click and you start going, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen next. And that's not really my favorite either. I don't know how I'm going to rate it overall. This is where we're at. I'm going to finish it on time though. I have to finish it by the 10th. So that's where we are. All right. So this next one, because I'm some kind of glutton for punishment, I am rereading the ACOTAR series, and I am on book 2 right now, Court of Mist and Fury. So I'm actually going through and annotating the books, trying to kind of find all the different connections that I didn't see the first time that I read it. So it is going well. I am enjoying that. But yeah, I mean, everybody I think kind of knows the ACOTAR series. So yeah. The last one that I am reading is for my online book club. If you're not a member of this online book club, make sure that you go to Patreon and sign up. We are going to be meeting on Zoom on the last Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be talking about The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. I'm very excited about them. This is by Abby Waxman. This is a nice, cozy, contemporary book that is not high stakes. It is easy and enjoyable, and especially when you've got so much stress in life and everything else is going on, it's kind of nice to have a book that is cozy and relaxing and fun at the same time. So if you are an avid book reader, if you just love books so much, this is actually a really great book to read. Loving the story, loving it. So yeah, if you want to join in, make sure that you do that over on Patreon. It is only $10 to join, and we meet every single month online, so you don't even have to take off your PJ pants or your fuzzy socks. Okay, so I kind of lied in this video, not on purpose or anything. I just forgot one of the books that I'm reading in my bag. I'm also reading a book called Burnout: The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle. This is not a very long book, and I've seen it suggested like on TikTok and, you know, Instagram and stuff like that. However, it was really interesting because I was watching this show on Netflix, and turns out that the authors are a pair of twin sisters, and one of them was actually on the show that I was watching, which was kind of cool. But yeah, so I started reading this. It's really interesting. It just kind of deals with, right now, I'm not too far into it, but it deals with like the stress cycles and the fact that there's a difference between stressors and stress, and to complete the stress cycle in order to move on from it and separating yourself from stressors, stuff like that. But yeah, so far it's been really interesting. There's a lot of stuff that I've been underlying in here and everything, but yeah, add this to my list. That is what I am reading for the month of August. Let me know what it is you guys are reading. Let me know what else I need to add to my TBR, because apparently it's not long enough yet. Yeah. All right. I will see you guys in the next video. Have fun.